Sex, Drugs, and Opera for February 23rd. This is episode, what, 3? already?
2019. You got to say the
Episode-
date. People might be listening to this 50 years in the future.
That is not going to happen, dude. That is not fucking happening.
Today is a fucking wonderful day. Tell them why, Mike, why I adjust my...
Because the weather's nice. The weather's finally nice again. That's why. No. We're here with Georg the Barbarian Festl.
Yes. The Bavarian Beast. Say hello, Georg.
Hey, what's up, guys?
The Bavarian Barbarian, baby. That would be a great name. If you went into WWF, that's a fucking great name, dude.
I think there used to be a wrestler who was called Gorgeous George. I might have picked that one.
No, Furious George. It's like Curious George.
Yes, that's good.
George
That's
from
good.
the jungle.
Ah, okay, we're good. We're running strong. All right, Georg is a fantastic bass baritone, a weightlifter, and so he is relevant because today we're going to be talking about the gym and singing.
That's why they had me on again. That's why they tried
Well,
to
Mike's
get me
a
on
Mike's a
here.
standard prop, so we have to fucking let him on the podcast every time. I really got to sip straight here today. Okay, so yeah, this is a popular topic. We have the most write-ins, I think, people asking about this. And so, yeah, it's a new trend, I think. Do you guys think people were lifting this much, going to the gym and singing opera 20 years ago?
Fuck no, dude.
I don't think so. I think it's a new trend.
It's a new trend. Instagram is changing the world, baby. Because
You think it's social media?
Yeah, everybody's taking pics.
Well, we grew up in the American
putting them
system.
on there.
You studied in Germany, right, Georg?
That's right.
What school did you go to?
I went to University of Würzburg.
Yeah, sounds nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And did you feel like when you were studying that like people were trying to be in shape and people were really like their materials were looking good and stuff like that?
Not really. Well, the thing is, I lifted before I started even singing, so it was always part of my, daily business.
Yeah, give us some of your background. What are your qualifications? Why should we fucking listen to you?
No, where were you? You were born in Munich?
No, Nuremberg.
Nuremberg.
Yeah.
Where were you conceived? No. You're born in Nuremberg, and that
Inside the vagina. What?
is Nuremberg technically Bavaria?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
People from Nuremberg would tell you it's Franconia,
Okay.
but yeah,
Do you give a shit?
not really, because my father, he's from Bavaria, so
Okay.
kind of mixture.
Nice.
You definitely have the accent when you speak German.
What do you mean? Like the German accent?
The Bavarian
The
accent.
Bavarian accent when I speak German, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you barely have an accent at all when you speak English.
No, but when
You're one of those assholes.
we
that
were
you
at the
can't
bar,
tell.
we said in the last podcast that Mike and I had to go to this bar to pick up this the information from the footage we shot, and Georg was there, and we heard him speaking some German, and you got the Bayerisch accent. But you were born in Nuremberg, and you studied in Würzburg.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, and then did you work pretty soon right out of studying, or did you have some?
That's right. After 2 years of studying, I got my first gigs at Würzburg Opera.
Okay.
Then when I finished my bachelor's degree, I went right into what is called Festengagement in English.
A fest contract.
A fest.
we just say fest contract.
Yeah. In Augsburg for
Yeah.
2 years, while still somehow doing my master's degree.
Yeah.
And then I got the
You
gig,
did your master's degree and a fest contract at the same time.
like on paper, yeah.
Okay, you're wild, man.
And then I got the gig at Darmstadt, and now I'm in Darmstadt. Yeah.
Nice.
How long you been in Darmstadt for?
It's my second season.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so when you were younger, then you got into weightlifting.
That's right. Well, I started out playing football, or as the Germans would say, American football.
Or you actually played like, yeah. If you guys don't
You
know, in
didn't know that,
Germany, Fußball is what we call soccer, but you can't say football. You have to make the differentiation American football.
That's right. Yeah.
What position did you play? Outside linebacker.
I basically played every position.
Okay. I guess in Germany you can do that.
Well, you played in America too, right?
I played in America. Yeah. I went abroad for a year to play high school there, and I went. I started as a fullback and as a linebacker.
You went to America for a year
Yeah.
to go to high school.
Yeah.
To play football.
In which
Basically, yeah.
in which city?
Chester, New York. It's like a little town in upstate New York.
How does that even happen?
Well, you apply for like a foreign exchange program,
Okay.
and then they decide where you go, and I ended up there.
So you couldn't choose, like, you couldn't be like, I want to go to Massillon, Ohio, where they have like the best fucking high school football program in the world.
No, I had no.
No, you didn't. You didn't want to do that.
I'm telling you, man, because Americans don't realize. Germans say this stuff like it's normal. Like I did a year in high school in a different fucking country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How was your English back then?
It was all right.
Yeah.
I had some problems in the beginning, but
Were people good to you?
people were very good to me.
Okay,
especially
that's
when I
good.
started playing football.
Yeah. Then you were
Because it's the big thing. It's the difference between Germany and America with the, when the whole town comes to football games and watches.
Yeah.
In Germany, nobody gives a damn.
There's not really the jock stereotype in Germany as much, or is there? Like at high school, there's some dude with a Leatherman jacket banging all the cheerleaders. Is that also in Germany, or is that not such a thing?
Well, not in my high school.
The cliques, you know what I mean? Are there cliques?
Obviously, yeah, but
Okay.
You know, the one thing I've heard from every German who's gone to America,
Yeah.
they're like, I was shocked to find out how accurate all of those high school movies are.
Yeah.
And it's true.
It's fucking true. I tell them all the time.
True.
Like, because people think like prom or the fact that because at my high school, we had a dance every month, right? You had like the Sadie Hawkins where the girls, the guys. You had the homecoming. Then you had to have the winter dance. You had to have the prom or whatever. Yeah, it's just like that with the dresses and limos and shit. It's ridiculous. So you did a year in America playing football, and then you came back.
yeah.
And you also played football here in Germany.
That's right, for 7 years, actually.
But there was no high school team, right? It wasn't like gymnasium or something.
Yeah, that's not how it works in Germany. You go to school, and all the sports activities you do, it's separate from school. So it's all private. And
Is that like a Verein?
Yeah.
That's like a club for people.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so then you were part of football. So then you weren't playing just with people your age. You were also playing with older people then.
Well, in Germany, it's like from 16 to 19. That's one age group, and then you go up from like to the adults.
Ah, okay.
And, yeah.
I did a baseball Verein in Oldenburg, and it was like 14-year-old girls and 60-year-old men, like and everything in between.
Man, I wanted to do it here in Darmstadt.
It was dangerous as fuck.
So Darmstadt has an old military base here.
Okay.
And because of that, they have a bunch of really good baseball fields.
Yeah.
And they still keep it up and everything. But the problem is, if you're an opera singer working here, you're every
have to
time
have,
they're doing practices, you're in rehearsal.
It fucks you up. If you want to have hobbies as a singer, it's tough because part of having a hobby is you make a commitment to be there every Tuesday.
Dude, I'm trying to focus on what the fuck you're saying, but I want beer, dude.
Get the beer. Get the beer.
I want fucking beer.
Whose
Okay.
beer are we doing first?
We'll do mine. We got
That's a fancy fucking bottle.
Yeah, that's fancy. Well, we've had this brewery before, Witchwood Brewery.
Yeah.
Blow away.
Hilarious.
We got the fucking Goliath in honor of
Oh, jeez.
in honor of
Beautiful.
Georg Festl.
Oh, my
here.
God.
Beautiful.
Furious George.
Oh my God.
The
Is this gonna
Bavarian,
go on from to the
the
next
Bavarian
hour?
Barbarian.
Yeah. All right, crack that shit open.
I like the Bavarian Barbarian the best, baby.
The Bavarian Beast. Because Bavarian's too long. You can't do the Bavarian Barbarian.
That's why you have the Aryan.
You have to think about how
that's not the best
And
way
to be
to
honest
no,
with
no,
you,
no.
they actually had nicknames in Chester back then. For example, the German tank.
The German tank, that's good.
And defense, the Berlin Wall.
That's what they used
See?
to call me when I played football.
The German tank.
Yeah.
What is the word for tank in
Panzer, the
German?
pan-
Yeah, the
the
pants. Yeah,
Panzer.
that would have been better. Yeah, but Panzer sounds like you're pulling somebody's pants down.
Well, it's called
D
Panzer,
Panzer.
not
Panzer.
Panzer.
Yeah,
Well,
Mike
we
with
say
it.
Panzer, dude. You're speaking in English. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Mike's pouring up these beers and it's taking a goddamn.
All right, calm
That's a beautiful
down.
color, man. It's. I'll commentate for everybody. It's a
Amber
rich
brown.
golden amber.
Amber Braun.
So then, during your football years, you got into weightlifting. Is that right?
That's right, yeah. I basically started doing the traditional weightlifting because it's great for fast twitch muscles, which you need in football.
the quick twitch.
Quick twitch.
And
exactly.
so then you were getting training in that,
Yep,
and then you also weightlifted competitively. Is that right?
that's right. I started lifting when I was 15,
Yeah.
and when I was 16, I did my first
competition.
competition. Yeah, and what is it called? Weightlifting traditional. It's like clean and jerk and snatch. That's what I
Yeah.
did, and then I won the Franconian championship.
Nice.
Then
They
I
give you a
went
big
to
trophy.
the States.
Yeah.
Huge trophy. And
When I
then-
was 15, I was doing. Well, it wasn't a clean jerk. It was a messy jerk.
Yeah, Mike
it was pretty messy.
Mike was
jerk.
doing a fair amount of jerking himself.
It was jerking, but it was messy as hell. I didn't have the technique yet.
He hasn't won a trophy yet either. Okay, so you
mind,
won the
baby.
clean and
In my
jerk.
mind.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you went to the States.
Then I went to the States, and when I came back, basically I coached football for
Okay.
a youth team, and I started doing like deadlifts competitively.
Jesus. Okay. And
Got
what age were you then? You were like 17 or something,
No, when I came back, I was 18.
and you were doing deadlifts.
Deadlifts, yeah.
And you win a competition then too with the deadlift.
Yep, I won Bavarian State twice.
How much did you lift?
That's 240 kilograms.
Jesus
Wait a
Christ,
minute.
man!
I'm converting it now for you people.
I know 180 is 405
Pound. It's 529 fucking pounds.
at 18 years old.
Oh, well, then I was like 21, 22.
Oh well, then it's
Oh,
easy
then fuck it.
At that
That's-
age, it's fucking easy.
I can do that, baby.
That's a lot of fucking weight, man. Jesus, fucking
529
Christ.
pounds is a lot.
You're
of,
halfway into the 1,000-pound club already.
that's a lot of me's.
Yeah, it's a couple mics.
That's a lot of me's.
What are you, Mike? You're like a $145 over there?
Well, I'm the heaviest I've ever been.
Yeah.
I'm a $150 something now.
Okay, so that's got to be like, what, 60-something kilos?
It's not much. No, I'm in the 70s.
Yeah?
I think I'm in the 70s now. Well, I have this conversion app right here.
We're going to go outside. We're gonna throw you into puddle later and see how far we can throw you. We should form a singing group called 2.5 Men.
Dude, if you include my dick, though, I'm a full man.
Yeah, if you include mine, then we're back down to half. So. Oh my god. Okay.
So I'm like 72 kilos.
Yeah, fat as fuck. So then you won some weightlifting competitions, and you were singing this whole time too. Were you singing?
I started singing very late. I started singing when I was 21 or so.
I think for low voice guys though, that's actually an okay time. You know, I also started at like 19, 20.
Yeah.
And I mean, I my voice was doing fucked up shit till I was 20, so it was fine, you know?
Yeah, but I never sang anything, you know.
So then how did you get into it? You were just like...
I wanted to go into acting, actually, and then I first heard a real Verdi baritone sitting next to me and singing. I was like, that's fucking awesome, yeah. And
What do you mean you had you were at an audition and there was a Verdi baritone there?
No, I was working as an extra to get some money.
Oh, like on stage?
Yeah.
Like a statist or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, okay. Yeah, if you guys don't know, in German opera houses, they'll hire people that aren't necessarily fest actors or singers to be like just extra
they do
people
that
on
in
stage.
America, though, too. Supernumeraries.
Yeah,
What
but it's
they're
pretty
called.
rare, I think.
No, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, I mean, you sung at better houses than I did then.
They got supers all over.
A lot of them didn't have the budget. Yeah, supers, I guess. I couldn't think of the name. So then you heard this guy hooking and pushing, and you were like, I got to do that.
Yeah, I wanted to do the hook and push, exactly.
So then you found a teacher, and then boom.
Well, no, it took some time, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I first started studying music and English to become a teacher, but then...
To teach English?
Yeah.
Okay.
In school. Then when I was 23, I met my professor, and then it went pretty quickly, yeah.
That's good.
So I started university voice, like major voice, when I was 23.
So how old are you now?
Now I'm 31.
Okay. And so are you working out just as much now as you always did, or have you backed off a bit?
Well, I backed off. When I started working as a singer, I also stopped the competitive lifting because it's just too much stress on your body. Like, I cannot do 500-pound deadlifts because you're pretty fucked up afterwards.
So do you mean vocally you're fucked up afterwards?
No, like physically. And obviously, like, when you're physically fucked up, the voice also takes its toll. So you got to be relaxed and fit in order to sing, yeah?
Yeah.
But
it's a tough balance.
Well, that's my
Exactly.
question. Did you ever notice, or do you ever notice, let's say you like push a little bit too far in one of your workouts. Do you ever notice something going on with your voice afterwards? Do you ever see a correlation ever?
well, yeah, you got to watch out which body parts you train when you want to sing. For example, I cannot work out chest heavily when I know I have to sing in the evening or do a performance or the next day because I'm going to be sore.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
it tightens up your whole upper body.
Mm-hmm.
Back, it's a different story. But still, you got to always watch out when you do a performance. You don't go too heavy. And that's, yeah. the balance
It's
you gotta
true.
work
I mean, you have to find a balance because, I mean, more than just affecting your singing, also, like, if you have a hard leg day, you're going to be fucking, like,
You're going to
walking
be jelly
with,
legs out there.
you're going to be walking with a limp on stage and shit, you know? I mean, so
And they
it's
come
also-
to you. That was a great character choice. That was awesome, man. I had never thought of Otello having a limp before.
I swear to God, I did a huge
Battle wounds.
I did a huge squat day once, and then I went to rehearsal, and I was singing Count Walter in Louisa Miller, and the director was like, "You're kind of playing him like a farmer," and I kind of like it because I couldn't do the noble walk. You know what I mean?
Couldn't walk
And
downstairs.
She wanted me to keep it. I was like, "No, I can't do this shit." Yeah, but it's true. But I have a similar story to you. I started playing football when I was young. I did the lifting. I've been doing it since then. And I mean, I don't ever, because there's this stigma, there's a stereotype in singing that if you're lifting weights, it's going to damage your voice. And I've never noticed that in myself. I mean, I guess if you're like like doing this shit.
Well, that is the thing that's interesting to me. Like, so I have not lifted much, but when I did, the one thing I would notice is how much I would feel pressure, like subglottic pressure.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I don't really know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I should be going after this because what if I'm doing it wrong and then I'm fucking up my chords?
Well, I think it's
you
like-
guys, do you have any insight to that?
Well, first of all, for me, I lifted weights before I started singing. So when I started singing,
so your voice was already totally fucked up.
my voice needed that kind of body underneath, in order to sing. So now when I don't work out, I don't have the feeling for my body which I have when I work out. When someone who has never worked out starts singing and then works out, it's a different story than for people who are already fit,
Yeah.
But
Okay.
because some might push it too hard, and there's a difference gonna be in your body, And
It's kind of like the whole, like when Deborah Voigt got the gastric bypass.
Voigt.
And she lost all that weight. And actually, when Pavarotti used to lose weight, he used to go on these huge, like, be mega fucking fat
yo-yo
and then go
diet.
down,
Yeah.
right? And go down a lot. And they would talk about how unstable your voice was because, yeah, I can imagine that being the truth. That if your that your voice and the pharynx musculature is tuned to a certain sort of physical attribute that your body has.
Right.
And then once it changes pretty drastically, it must take time for the vocal tract to get back on track.
I mean, a lot of singing is muscle memory. And when you start changing your muscles, you know what I mean? It's gonna change how it feels. I mean, just from working out, from going from not working out to work. I took a few years off when I first came to Germany because, I don't know, there was too much stress and I wasn't gonna add the gym into all that. So I took 2 years off, which was the longest I'd ever taken off. And when I got back into it, after the first year, I noticed just walking around, everything you do feels different. And so of course it affects your singing in the same way.
But
just
I would say
standing.
it affects you in a good way because you get to feel your body more. When you don't work out, you don't have the connection with all your muscles, which are
Yeah, that's what I
lifted
mean.
us, Yeah.
Yeah, like when I walked upstairs, I could feel my hips and stuff. When before it was just I wanted to get upstairs.
And you're talking about Pavarotti, for example.
Yeah.
Doing drastic changes. Drastic changes are never good, And when you start lifting, it should be, step by step, and then you're not gonna hurt yourself. And that subglottic pressure. Well, someone's first of all got to show you how to do the exercise, and when you do it right, you're not gonna do this for 5 hours. I mean, you're gonna do 12 sets per body part, and you're not gonna kill yourself if you get a little, pressure when you lift a little.
Yeah, you're
It's
not
gonna
lifting
hurt
like
you.
The Rock. You're not getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and working out.
I mean, it's all about balance.
Are
Are you a weightlifter that sings, or are you an opera singer that lifts weights? You know what I mean? You have to have some priority. Of course, you can breathe while you lift. I think sometimes I feel like it's easier to lift more if you're holding your breath.
I'd actually like to ask you guys about that. Do you guys have a certain set technique when you're lifting? Let's say you're doing a standard bench press. What is your breath pattern like during the actual act of benching?
When you go down, you breathe in. When you go up, you breathe out.
Yeah,
You're actively breathing out
on the exertion.
as you go up.
On the exertion, you breathe out.
See, that's
when
what
you're exerting yourself.
I mean, I shouldn't bring my own fucking personal.
No, you represent a large demographic of people that may be listening to this.
That's the actual truth, because there are lots of people here who are more like me, who don't really work out at all. And if you were getting started, I remember feeling because like you said, if you hold your breath, you at least feel like you can lift
you're doing more. Yeah.
Is there any truth to that?
Well, sometimes you hold the breath. Like when it's extreme weight, but you should always be aware of your
20
breath.
kilos is fucking extreme weight to me.
Well, you need something to push against, but I mean, basically you can breathe normally while you're lifting. I don't know if subglottic pressure is what people also are afraid of. It's also I think maybe it's they're afraid of laryngeal shit. You know what I mean?
I guess so, yeah.
I'm not really sure what the fears are, but also it's kind of an impossible thing to study because different people have different levels of stress they can put on their body. You know? I know people who smoke cigarettes, they smoke pot, they drink, they lift, and they got golden voices every day. And I know some people that if they're not drinking tea and getting 10 hours, they can't fucking sing.
Right.
So it's also like Georg said, you're not lifting for 4 or 5 hours every single day. You're realistically lifting 3-4 times a week for an hour each time. And you're not lifting for the whole hour. So if your voice can't handle the strain of a couple, then you better never have sex or take a shit either. Because
good point.
It's about
Good
this.
point.
You know what I mean? It's the same amount of pressure on your voice.
I stressed my voice more on a hard nugget than that I ever did lifting weights.
Yeah, you seem like a real grunty jacker.
No, I didn't mean that, dude. I meant taking a shit.
Oh, well,
not a grunty jacker. I'm silent as night.
Really?
I'm
meant
silent
you
night,
like a
baby.
badger
I'm
or
still
something.
a nacht here when I go.
The stealth jacker.
What's your what do you besides breathing in as you go down and breathing out as you go or as you go up on a bench, do you have any other thoughts about breathing? I mean, I think that's what scares a lot of singers when they're doing it.
Well, someone should show you when to breathe in and when to breathe out, but basically it's all one movement, breathe in, the other movement, it's breathe out. And just let someone show it to you, and you don't have to have any pressure in your breathing, and it's all natural. It's not going to hurt you. So.
Yeah, our bodies are meant to be used, you know? But also I think with the... Oh, I'm fucking tied up over here. I think with it, like weightlifting should apply to singers because a big part of it is exactly like singing. It's going to the gym every day and it's making sure that your form and your technique are good.
Yeah.
You know, singers would make great weightlifters because a lot of people that get injured at the gym, it's because they're doing like this ego lifting, like they're putting too much weight on.
Yeah.
And they're not really like relying on like trusting the process and how long it takes and form. But I mean, as a singer, you're working on your voice the same way you should be working in the gym.
Yeah.
You know, is your form good? You build slowly on it, like you play a long game. You know what I mean?
I mean, the thing that kind of shocks me, or not shocks me, but the thing that I've always noticed about, like, for instance, Georg, right? Mm-hmm. The thing that Georg has that to be a singer you have to have in general, or at least some degree. But what Georg has is discipline. You actually have discipline. I say, I'm staying in the cantina for at least 2 beers. He's like, I am not. I'm not doing that. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
What do you have tomorrow? And he's like, I've got shit to do. I'm like, oh, you have rehearsal? No, I've just got shit to do.
Yeah.
And having that sort of regiment in your life, in other things besides practicing, do you find that mentality makes it easier to be regimented about singing also? Or are you just that kind of person?
Well, lifting for it definitely puts you it's a different mindset when you're a lifter, definitely. But also, it depends on voice. You know, when you're in a Festvertrag like we are, you have to study the whole time, basically new roles. So you're always in the constant of learning, and I don't know. Lifting is for me. I don't compare it. It's tough for me to say. I've been doing this since I was like 15 years old, so it's just basically my lifestyle.
It's just your lifestyle.
So for you, singing is probably like reminds you more of weightlifting than the other way around, or what? Because singing, I mean, it's similar. Singing, you go to the practice room. You got to go to the practice room 3-4 times a week to learn this role or whatever. And weightlifting, you go to the gym. You lift 3-4 times a week. It's different though. I'm gonna say when I go to the gym, I'm not gonna escape the gym. I'm there. I'm going to do my work for 1 hour. Right.
When I'm at home and I'm trying to study, well, there's the TV right here. Well, there's some stuff to do right there. You know,
so it's easier to be focused at the gym.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Man, the TV and fucking Instagram, that'll get you.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a new thing, though, this, like, the athletic singer, you know? I mean, you see it all the time. I don't remember this being a thing, but it is definitely a thing now. And I don't know if the pressure's coming from opera companies, you know, that people need to look more like their roles. Like people aren't suspending their disbelief as much anymore at the theater.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because 30 years ago, you would see someone 55 years old playing a teenager. And you don't see that much anymore. You don't see that anymore. Unless it's a big
You see a teenager playing somebody who's supposed to be 55.
Well, you can do that with makeup.
That's what you see nowadays.
That's what I do.
I mean...
Yeah, you think you could do it with makeup, but they know. They know.
Or is that just me? I mean, I have the perception that these days it's following the trend a bit more like Hollywood, where like, you know, we need someone who's old, we're going to get someone who's old. You know what I mean?
It should be that way. It really should be that way.
But do you feel like there's been a change? I feel like there's been a change in the last 20, 30 years.
To what?
Towards getting people that look more like the role. You know, like if you're young, we get a young person. If you're old, we get an old person.
It depends. I mean, in big opera houses, yeah, but for a lot of opera houses, the name of the game is trying to save money, and younger singers are cheaper singers.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They always say
maybe that's why
we can try to make a young person look old, but it's really hard to make an old person look young.
Do you feel like there's more people pursuing an opera career now or 20 years ago?
I would say now.
I would also say now. I don't know why I have that impression, but I do. But I think that also has made it more competitive. And so you need every competitive angle you can get. And so sometimes having good materials and being in control of every aspect.
You
of
mean
your
good
stagecraft.
materials like your fucking pecs and biceps and
Well, I just
traps and delts?
I mean, the more
what
things you can
others
have
are
to
there?
stand out.
Abs. There you go.
Not even just working on your body, but beyond that, dressing well.
Yeah.
If you're in great shape, but you have a shit fucking suit, I also think you might have a harder time because people are looking for every reason to not hire you.
You know what's
for
funny
something.
though? Georg here is a bona fide fucking champion weightlifter. He doesn't push that at all on social media or anything like
Should
that.
I?
I don't know, dude. He's a certified berry hunk. Everybody, he's certified on berry hunks right now.
Did they send you a shirt?
No, I didn't get a shirt.
Send him a shirt.
Well, here.
We gave him a shirt. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Barry Hunks.
This is a shirt.
Dig around, Mike. Oh, I felt something. Is that a mongoose?
Watch out. It'll bite you, Jared. It'll bite you. Now, people, we're really excited. We're really excited for Georg to have this because we finally figured out some merch issues.
Yeah, this is the prototype. This is that's the first one.
The shirts that we have on are not the right color, and it's bothered us forever. But finally, Georg's shirt has the fucking right color.
yeah.
Look at that shit, man. That's the real color.
It hurts my eyes.
You people that don't know, you can't print our logo color normally.
I wonder if I got the size right, dude. I hope I did.
I have to put this on now.
And
Yeah,
dude,
put it on.
this shirt, turn it inside out when you wash it, and the logo will last longer than the shirt.
I'd never turned mine inside out.
Well, you don't have to. But the guy that told me that printed this, because for people that want to buy a shirt, we'll be selling it too. But he
soon, people, it's coming.
Yeah.
Our merch is on the way.
But he promised me that the shirt will disintegrate before this logo fucking comes off. It's called flex printing. Mike's trying to sneak a peek over here.
Let's see. If I'm curious whether I got the right size. I got the right size.
Oh, that's perfect. Like a goddamn glove.
nice.
You gotta take a pic later.
Six drugs and opera. Fucking right. Hey, let's get to the second beer.
All right.
Georg brought here the Pfungstädter. That's a local beer here in Darmstadt. Good shit. I like it. And here it
Fill
comes,
me up
baby.
there. Fill me up.
Gotta support the locals.
Gotta support the local people.
So I think most people get into lifting. We're talking a lot about lifting today, but really the conversation is more about going to the gym.
Yeah, your body.
Working on your because a lot of people listening, I'm sure a lot of you are into yoga or running or something like that. And our experience between Georg and myself is in lifting, but you could apply most of this conversation to other training regimens, I think, right?
Why not?
But
Yeah.
I think most people's story is not that they lifted and then came into singing.
Mine.
You guys, no, this
Left
is
hand. Your left hand.
yeah, that's mine.
Oh.
Mike's trying to mix
fucking
glasses here.
get everybody sick. Get that mouth herpes on everybody.
But I think most people sing first and then later get into
Yeah.
like in their third. Because man, when you're 20, it's very easy to look good. And if you're like me, 30 comes. You know what I mean?
Shut the fuck up.
And 30 hits hard.
Why is it that everybody, when somebody says looking good or something, both of these guys snicker, look towards each other, and then look towards me? No. Fucking asshole.
No, it's a part of life.
Can
okay?
I get some love from somebody out in the sex, drugs, and opera community? This is bullshit.
Look, Mike, I will give Mike some props right now. Mike is
Better, goddammit, I'm gonna cry.
Beautiful. That's what Michael is.
No, Mike is
No,
stronger
Michael
than he looks. We had a drunk podcast that we couldn't air because it got too fucking wild. But on this podcast, Mike and I arm wrestle each other. And this, Mike, I don't think you've ever talked about your family and like what they do.
He's far more strong. That's what he is.
No, he is. His family. Can I say what your family does?
Of course.
His family, they own like a tree cutting business basically.
That's right.
They cut and groom trees.
My father's an arborist, and my brothers or two of my brothers are in the business.
And
also.
so Mike grew
they're
up doing
climbers.
this shit. And if you people have not tried to climb a tree, like as a child, it's easy. But you go to the gym all the time. Try to climb a tree. It's fucking hard work. It is hard.
I grew up doing that shit. Well, I grew up on the fucking farm, dude. We
Mike's farm strong.
No, in the summer, our afternoons were basically spent chopping wood and stacking wood for the winter.
Yeah.
We would have this stack of wood that was basically the size of a fucking house. And you just had to do that. So I've always said my strength is practical. I have practical strength. I will be able to do work. I can almost guarantee I will be able to do work as long as anybody else.
Yeah.
Because
No, that's true, man.
I've been forced to.
Sun up to sundown, boy. You got a good work ethic. So,
Thank you, Jared.
jeez, quit yelling to the mic, man. You're peaky blinders over
Peaky
here.
blinders.
Jesus fucking Christ. So let's talk a bit about going to the gym. If you're thinking about starting it and you haven't done it before, I think it's like theoretically, if Mike was ever going to start going to the gym, you know,
I'm not.
You got any tips that you would give somebody if someone walked in here right now and said, "I want to start going to the gym. What should I do?"
Sure. I trained actually like my fellow students, when I was at university.
Oh, you're like people that were singing with you.
Exactly, and they never lifted before. It always depends on the body type and what you want. I mean, most people just want to lose fat and gain some muscle.
Okay.
And, well, each person is different. And you got to go at least twice a week. I know it's, for some people, tough, but twice should be the minimum. And
don't breeze through that, because that's my biggest thing. If people ask me about it, is you have to build the habit first. And that's the hardest part for people that don't go. You go twice a week, and it doesn't matter what you fucking do. You can go and sit on an exercise bike and do fucking nothing for an hour, but go to the gym 2 times a week. Build the habit. I think that's number one, right?
Yeah.
And then once you're there for a while and you've established a habit, then you improve it.
Exactly. Someone should show you how to do the exercises perfectly. And you should start, what is it, like a journal?
Yeah.
And how to do it, and try to stress your body. You get to the point where, every time you go to the gym and you lift weights, basically your muscles tear a little bit.
Right.
And you need to get to the point where they tear, actually. So you don't go through the motions and do it just for the sake of it. You gotta push the body a little in order for it to grow afterwards. And many people don't do that. They just go to the gym and be there and talk for an hour and do a little here, a little there. But you should, once you're there, hit it hard.
No, I agree. I think step 1 is build the habit. But then once you are consistent going to the gym, then it's time to do some work at some point. It's time to push it a bit. Someone told me once, if you're not sweating, then you're probably not having a good workout. And I think it's a pretty good point. If you don't sweat once, then you might, want to push it a bit more. But I think having somebody show you is
very important in the beginning. Yeah.
And also, if you don't have somebody that can show you, I think a lot of people feel like the gym's an intimidating place. But I've been to gyms all over America, the South, New York, Seattle, all over Germany. I've been to the gyms, and every gym I've ever been to, people are very nice. It's a community, and man, people are just fucking waiting for you to ask how to do something. Is that your impression too? People are standing there just like, I fucking hope somebody asks my advice. I swear to God, you would think that like somebody doesn't want you to, but
it's like when you hear a shitty colleague singing, and you're like, just come and ask me how to hit that note.
Please fucking ask me how to get your tongue out of your fucking throat.
I know how to get you to do it. Just come and ask me.
No, that's what the gym's like. You're never beyond it. I still ask people for advice, Like I see someone doing something, and the guy's fucking jacked, and I'm like, dude, what is that exercise you're fucking doing?
Right.
Have you seen these new exercises? Is like a trend right now of people acting like animals.
What? No.
There's a name for that. I swear to God, you should look it up on YouTube. Like you just go out in a field and like you walk like a jaguar, and then you walk like a bear, and a fucking like you do frog leaps, and no, it's a thing. It's
Man,
a trend.
when there are some, it's like the trend nowadays that kids they talk about dying all the time, right? When I hear shit like that, I think to myself, what kind of fucking world? What is this?
Yeah.
What is this? I don't get it.
Look, I mean. A lot of improving your body is just
acting like a frog.
We figured this shit out already.
Of course.
Like right now,
if you can act like a frog, you're gonna be jacked.
The trend I'm sure you're aware of is the fucking elastic bands. I mean, that's like a huge fucking trend right now. You have these elastic bands around your thighs when you do squats and shit.
Oh. Well, the elastic bands have been a part of physical therapy for a long time.
Yeah, using them like stretching them, but people will just wrap them around both their legs. I didn't see that till like the last 3 years. Now it's fucking everywhere.
I'm just gonna start doing that in normal everyday life. Wrap them around my legs and just like struggling to walk everywhere.
Yeah,
they're like, what are you doing? Work it out.
They tried to invent the wheel. Like it's. But you should do the basics like they used to do, like in the 70s and stuff, and you should be fine. I mean, these. What is it called? Stretch bands, or what?
Yeah,
would you say?
like elastic bands. Yeah,
elastic bands. Yeah. Well, it depends on what kind of sport you do. I mean, if you need that intermuscular. What do you say?
Like growth or build?
Yeah, stabilization and stuff. If you need that for, I don't know, if you got a torn ACL and you need to get fit again and with the knees and stuff, it works out. But when you try to gain some muscle and just stick to the basics, do that correctly, and all the fancy schmancy stuff,
Troy Polamalu used to do that all the time. He used to work with these with rubber balls and like the big rubber bands and everything like that because his thing was about reflexes. His thing was about just being really quick.
Yeah, because he's a football player, and we are opera singers. And what do we need? We need to be, We want to look good. We want to, be fit and just stick to the basics. Work out, and then afterwards do a little cardio, which is good for your health, and you're fine.
I mean, beyond looking good, I mean, there's a whole aspect of going to the gym is really a practical thing to do for opera singers because it helps you not get injured. You know what I mean? When you first start working out, one of the things that happens, your hips kind of open up and start like being ready to take more weight. Like your body actually goes through changes. Mike's laughing for some reason. I don't know why. Am I wrong in saying that, Georg? Like your joints.
No. It's not that it's ridiculous. It's just that when you say, your hips open up and they're just ready to receive,
receive that growth. No, but your body goes through changes, and I think especially if you're stretching, right? That's something this is hypocritical as shit. I'm telling people to stretch, but I never fucking stretch.
That's
you
the
stretch?
most important stuff, though.
Are you serious?
Yes. Stretch every
Tell us
time.
why.
Yeah, it's important. You just got to stay, when you train a lot and you train heavy, you get stiff, and you need to stretch in order to stay flexible and be in balance with your body, which is very important because...
Can you do a split?
I cannot do a split.
Have you ever tried to?
We just did it in, didn't we? At the
that was you. That's right.
The dress rehearsal in Kiss Me Kate. Yeah.
Saw how far we could get down.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Though every time I feel like my nuts are gonna fly off of my body. Every single time.
I could not get even close.
Do you know what I can't do? What I can't even begin to do is without bending my knees, touch my toes.
You might want to start stretching, man.
Can you touch your toes without bending your knees?
Yeah.
You can.
Yes.
Can you?
Obviously.
No, but stretching, because
Jared, show me. Show me, goddammit. I don't believe it. Hold on, people.
I'm all wrapped up.
No fucking bending your knees. Oh my God!
Beautiful.
Not even a problem.
Yeah, man, I could just fucking stand and receive. Look. No, but like, I'm serious. Okay. I'm serious. You gotta fucking stretch because
apparently,
how many times have I fucking pulled a muscle on the opera stage? Like you pivot, you slip on something, and then it's like you snap. I mean, beyond just like, because a lot of the conversation today has been about looking good, but actually there are much more benefits to working out way beyond looking good.
I went. So there was one time in my life for about a year where I actually was going to the gym every other day. Probably, I'd say 3-4 times a week, right? And I made significant progress on my bench press and all that kind of stuff, right? I wasn't big, of course, but it was when I was depressed, like cripplingly depressed.
Nothing helps like
when you could do that. And they asked me at the beginning, I'm sitting there with the guy. His shirt only goes like a tenth of the way down his arm. His fucking huge, sweaty, disgusting biceps. He's like, "So, what do you want to accomplish?" I said, mostly I just don't want to get so tired during sex. and he's like, what do you really want to accomplish? I'm like, no, that's actually it.
Yeah.
I said, I would definitely enjoy it more, and I'm sure she would.
Mike's in the gym doing
like,
Mike's doing all lower back and hips.
Oh God.
No, but actually, I don't know why, but what you said just reminded me of something. Do you know what the Dunning-Kruger effect is in psychology?
Wait, that sounds so familiar. Give it to me again.
The Dunning-Kruger effect is this thing where if you have no experience of something, you will often overestimate your abilities. And when you have experience in something, you will underestimate it.
Yeah, it's the whole the more you know, the more you realize how little you know.
It's a perfect example. Like if you come to Germany and you don't speak German, you'll tell yourself, man, I bet in a year I'm submersed, I'll have perfect German. Mike, you've been here, what, like 7-8 years?
I've been here 8 years, and every time I open my mouth, I feel like more of a fucking idiot.
When will you have perfect German?
Never, of course.
Boom. See? Yeah, that's what you realize. Now, it's the same thing with the gym.
Can't.
I think a lot of people get discouraged because they feel like I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to work hard for 4 weeks, and I'm going to be like having tons of results. No, like to get in really good shape, like where you look like an athlete, I would say it takes what, like 8 years? If you've never worked out and you want to look like an athlete.
No, it takes less than that. But you're never satisfied.
If you're hitting it fucking hard.
Yeah, no. If you go like 3 times a week and you do it right and you adapt your nutrition, you look like an athlete in 2 years.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but 2 years.
I need you to talk about that now because that's the one thing that apparently everybody misses whenever they're going to the gym is their nutrition, what they can eat, what they can't eat.
But I just want
go into as much.
I want to talk about that, but I just want to emphasize what he said. If you're hitting it hard, 2 years still. And people will think they can accomplish that in a summer.
It depends on where you start. If you're already like fit and then you start.
Me, how long would it take me?
I mean,
to look like what? Like an athlete?
No, to look in shape, I have
For him to have like,
I have
for him
not
to have
boobies.
traps, delts, pecs, abs, and like definition in his back, like quads, it would take him like 3 years.
No.
You don't think?
No, I could do
There's
it in
only
a
one
year
way to
with
put
you.
I'm doing it, baby. Here we
But
go.
no, I talked with that about Mike with Michael about that he could never survive that because he would have to stop drinking beer in the evening. So it doesn't
I said to him, hey, would you train me? He's like, Mike, would you stop going home after rehearsal and drinking a liter of beer and pretzels and salami? And I said, fuck no, I wouldn't. He's like, well, then there's no. And that's what it. So that's a segue.
Yeah, no, talk
The
about
next-
nutrition a bit.
Jared always says you can't out-train a bad diet. Do you agree?
That's true. Well, see, right now, because I enjoy beer also way too much, and not just in that stuff. Right now, I'm going to the gym in order to
Be able to drink or what?
be able to live my lifestyle, my food and drinking lifestyle. Yeah, I'm not trying to become, I don't know, Mr. Olympia stuff. I'm just trying to stay as I am and still eat what I want.
Yeah.
I don't have the need right now in order to become like I'm already like 220. I should lose a little weight, but beer is way too tasty for me right
Beer
now.
is so fucking good.
Yeah.
I think
Goddamn good.
One of the weirdest things though about fitness and all this type of stuff is that every body is so different. Not everybody, but every body. You know what I mean? Like really, like I have a buddy up in Oldenburg. This guy, he drinks weight gainer milkshakes just to fucking stay alive. I swear to God, his metabolism is so fast that his doctor told him you got to drink an extra 3,000 calories like every day just to not fucking die. You know, so
What?
your body doesn't digest itself. I swear to God, some people have fast fucking metabolisms, and some people like me, it's slow as fuck. But I think something everyone can agree on, and maybe Georg will agree on, is that if you want to make changes to your body, the first step you need is information. I think that's what people don't do. It doesn't like, and be honest with yourself. How much are you putting in, and how much are you like exercising?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, don't judge it. Just be honest. How many calories are going in your body, and how much are you working every day? Because I know when I started, because that's recent for me. Because when I was 25, 26, I didn't have to do that shit. And then 30 hit me fucking hard, and I had to really start calorie counting.
You keep repeating that 30 stuff, man.
No, it's true, man. It's true. That for me was a change. My hair started falling out, and I had to start watching what I was
30's
eating.
no fucking joke. It's no fucking
Get
joke.
out of here.
It's no fucking joke. Oh yeah, Mr. fucking two-time Bavarian champion.
The fucking
Going to the
Adonis
gym.
with his
Get
genetics
the
over here.
Fuck out of here.
It's a good
fuck
excuse.
outta
More than
here.
30 starting, and I'm like, all right, can't do anything anymore.
Well, no. Look, that is the thing, though.
Yeah.
So he actually hits on something because we talked about 30 hitting me vocally pretty hard.
Yeah, right.
Right. Like I had to deal with some shit. Right.
Sure.
You're talking about 30 hitting you hard with your body.
Yeah.
When 30 hit me hard in the voice,
Yeah.
I was at a point. I was singing fest, and I was doing all this stuff all the time. You're learning so much music that maybe you're not devoting as much time to practicing technique as you should.
Right.
My theory is if you are really, really like all the time just keeping up on your technique, that you so gradually deal with the change that you probably don't even notice it anymore when it goes to the 30s. And him going to the gym all the time is probably the same thing.
Yeah, I'm sure. He might not notice as much as someone who just doesn't go to the gym. Because really, if you're 25, it might not be true for you, but for a lot of people, you have to make no effort. You know, you eat whatever the fuck you want. You don't sleep. Your skin looks great. Fine. And you start getting older and you're like, if I don't drink fucking water, everyone's asking me why I'm tired all the time. You know, like that's seriously, that's something I dealt with at 30. Like you could see it in my face if I'm dehydrated. And people are like, are you tired? And it's like, no, man, I just have been drinking only whiskey and coffee for 4 days. But also I had to start looking at what I was putting in my body, and it fucking crushed me, man. Like my favorite fucking foods, peanut butter. You know, you can't fucking eat a lot of peanut butter.
Yeah, you can. I got a trick for you.
What is it?
Well, it's all about...
Put it up your butthole.
No,
Soak a tampon. Remember that episode?
In peanut butter, yeah.
it's all about the calorie intake. And when you love peanut butter, just go back on the carbs. Or, you just write down what you eat and...
But that's my point exactly.
Yeah.
You just need to collect information.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people are afraid to do. Just step on the scale every day. Don't judge it. Like, just turn the box around and be like, holy fucking shit, cereal's terrible for me. You know? That was something I learned. Like, even the good stuff. It's like the amount of fucking calories in like cereal or butter. you don't need to put butter in there. You know, like it's like I had no idea.
I need to put butter in there.
It's not common knowledge. It's not common knowledge.
I need to put butter in there.
Me too.
Hey, I have a question.
Like fucking juice, you know?
I want to change. I want to change up here a little bit. I want to talk to Mr. fucking Olympia here, and I want to find out some practical information for our listeners. What are you suggesting besides, obviously? And so I'm going to go through a couple different scenarios for you, and I want you to give some just off-the-cuff advice to people who are in these situations. A lot of what Sex, Drugs, and Opera is people hearing this and being able to take something from it, right? Mm-hmm. So there's somebody who's overweight. Mm-hmm. They're looking to change that because maybe they don't feel healthy. Maybe they don't. Maybe they want to look better on stage. Mm-hmm. What do you suggest? What are the first couple of things you're suggesting to them? In accomplishing that goal?
Well, we talked about nutrition and what you eat. You should write that down for, say, 2 weeks, or make it 3 weeks, and then go through it, and then you can tell, all right, where should you cut off, and what can you change in the nutrition. When you talk about working out, I would recommend start it depends on your lifestyle. Let's make it 3 times a week, and you start lifting weights. And afterwards, you do the cardio. Many people do the other way around and start with the cardio.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well,
I would think the other way.
You shouldn't do that because it's tough for me to say it in English. But you work out, and then when you lift the weights, and afterwards you do the cardio, because then you're depleted already. And then when you start doing the cardio, it's going to take from your fat cells the energy. So then you hit the spot you want to hit and burning fat.
Oh, I see. So you're saying when you do the cardio first, it's not necessarily pulling the energy reserves from the fat cells.
Exactly. And then you don't have any energy for the lifting weights where you want to gain the muscles.
Really good.
So you start out with lifting weights, and then you do the cardio in order to burn the fat.
He's talking about like in one gym session, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So first lifting weights,
go to the gym,
cardio.
lift, and then go upstairs and do the cardio.
So you wouldn't say, all right, watch what you eat, and then just go running.
I'm open to all. If you work out in some sort, it's all right. I mean, it depends on what you want. If you want to lose fat and that you wanted to lose fat, it's all right. Just run and watch out for your nutrition. You're going to lose fat.
Yeah,
it's also going to work.
But I think a lot of people don't realize, like to go back to the Dunning-Kruger effect. Like, Mike, let me ask you, if I can use you as an example, right?
Oh, great.
If you row hard for 60 fucking straight minutes, how many calories do you think you burn?
Dude,
You have no idea.
No, calorie...
Take a guess. Just take a guess. How many calories would you burn rowing hard for an hour? Which is fucking hard to do. You're just rowing like there's a shark after you for an hour. Just take a guess, man. Or am I putting you on the spot? You don't want to answer the question?
You're definitely putting me on the spot.
All right, don't answer the question.
No, I'm answering. I'm going to give you one. You're taking in that many calories a day. I'd say 60 minutes hard rowing, 300 calories.
Yeah, it's a bit under. Most people guess way over.
Well, I was going to.
Okay.
I was going to be like, 7,000 calories.
No, most people think that. But, I mean, rowing like that, you'd probably burn, what, like 800 to 1,000 calories? Unless you're rowing hard, depending on your body weight, maybe more. But, I mean, how many calories are in a fucking... Like, you put a bunch of Nutella on a toast. Mm-hmm. You're going to cram 500 calories down.
500 on a Nutella bread. That's it.
I think so. If you have a piece of bread with Nutella, that's 500 calories.
Jeez, I don't know.
I know it is. I know it is. I mean,
thanks for coming on the
podcast. Depending on how much Nutella you put on, but I mean, you put some Nutella on bread. I would say I would bet anything that it's
crazy.
At least 500 calories. So you got to fucking do some hard work to undo that.
Yeah.
I mean, out training a bad diet's fucking hard. I mean, losing fat, going to the gym's important, but the reality is it's the least fun part. But taking a look at that diet, I think, is probably a big part of it.
I got also a tip for you because going to the gym, what's the benefit of having muscles?
If you can't see them.
I'm just saying that when you have more muscles on your body, you burn more calories by doing nothing. You burn calories while we're sitting here. We're burning calories. When you have more muscle,
why?
Because you're breathing, you're living, man.
No. When you have more muscle, you say you burn more calories while doing nothing.
The percentage of you should have more percentage of muscle than then you will burn more calories. I don't know the science of it, but that's how it goes. It's a benefit of having more muscles on your body.
Wow.
You burn more calories by doing nothing also.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's all energy. Like, also, if you're deadlifting fucking 500 fucking pounds.
I suppose there are more cells that are in need of energy.
There's just more mass.
So there's more mass in need of energy. Therefore, you're burning more energy just by doing nothing.
It's not about the mass. It's not about the mass. It's about you can have the same mass. You can weigh the same, but if you have more
muscle mass, I meant muscle mass.
That's right.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm going to jump in here. Something also, and I think this has been said a lot, but maybe.
And then I want to get onto the next. I had a couple scenarios for him. Go ahead.
But I think this has been said a lot, but maybe someone needs to hear it. A lot of women and men, when they start lifting, they're like, "Well, I don't want to get big," right? That's kind of an insult to everybody big because it's not fucking easy to do, and I think it's never happened accidentally.
It grinds my gears.
When I was
no.
When I was young, I had I still have a really small neck, right?
Yeah.
But when I was young, I had a really small neck, and I told my father, I said, "All right, I'm going to go to college, but before I go to college, I'm going to put 3 inches on my neck." And he laughed his fucking face off. He's like, "Mike, do you have any idea what you're talking about?" Apparently not.
Yeah, no, I've had chicken legs, okay? I was born with the chicken legs, and I've been squatting fucking hard for 4 years, and the amount of mass you gain is slow as fuck. It's an insult to everyone big when you say, "I'm afraid of getting big." It has never happened accidentally.
Got to get on those roids.
You do that on purpose. Well, no, it's nutrition, it's diet, it's protein, it's consistency, it's years. You won't be fucking lifting and one day be like, "I'm a fucking beast." Like, it doesn't fucking happen. You know?
It freaks me out when I work out with women that they're like hesitant to lift heavy because, "Oh, no, I don't want to look like a bodybuilder." And you're not going to look like a bodybuilder.
It will not happen.
No, it's the same way as a man works out. You need hypertrophy?
Yeah.
Hypertrophy? I don't know how to say it in English.
Hypertrophy.
Yeah. You need the same rep range. You need to do the same stuff, and you're not going to look like a bodybuilder. These people are of the elite, and they do other stuff also. Just not the nutrition and the workout. Basically, they work out like 6 times a week and take other stuff in order to look like that. And once they go on, people always see those bodybuilder images. These guys are at peaked at this moment and are totally dried out, have no water in there. They look like aliens, you know?
Yeah,
you never gonna look
why
like this.
Why does it help them to be dehydrated?
Because if you have water in your body, then you're going to be like bloating a bit. You can't see the muscles as well.
You can't see the muscle fibers.
Yeah,
Wow.
these people will be 1% body fat, fucking dried the fuck out, but just for like the photo shoot or
Dude,
the competition,
what is-
then they plump
What
get
is
back
the
in.
fucking trend of these bodybuilders? These white bodybuilders just tanning?
Because you can see it better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can see the muscles better.
But they don't tan their face. They have perfectly white faces, and then the rest of them is.
They're not gonna judge their muscles.
Yeah,
in
they
their
don't judge the face, man.
I'm just saying it looks ridiculous.
Obviously, it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, but they're not tan. They're just like painting orange shit
Arnold
on
didn't
them.
do it. Arnold didn't do it.
Yeah, they did.
Schwarzenegger, he
Yeah.
was
He is pretty orange.
not like they
No.
are today,
No,
dude.
he wasn't, but he tanned also.
Sure, okay, he tanned, but they're over the top today.
Yeah, no,
dude.
I know. It looks ridiculous, but it's in order to see the muscles better.
Okay.
Throw them another scenario. You got a
The
couple?
other another scenario. There's somebody who's in good shape, but they want to actually put on muscle, and they're already good at the gym. They already have a good routine. They eat well, but they're just fit. They're not ripped. They're just toned, right?
Yeah.
How do you put on muscle mass?
Well, first of all, you should look at your protein intake and how. You should depends on what you want. He wants to gain weight, gain muscles. An average people would say it's like 2 grams per protein per kilogram, and maybe a little more if someone really is like hard on gaining muscles. And what many people do the mistake is that they don't really go hard. You should go to failure when you're at the gym.
Go to failure.
Yeah, when you do, it's like the 10th rep. You should be to a point where you cannot do it anymore. And when you really exhaust the muscle, that it has to repair itself and grow, you have to push this every time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think for bulk, the classic formula is high weight, low reps.
Well, the hypertrophy should be in the rep range between. It depends on the.
Back in the day, they were saying like 3 to 5.
No, when you do 3 to 5, you're more in the. You're not in hypertrophy. You should be in the 8 range, 8 to 12. It's like typical hypertrophy. Yeah, like 3 to 5. What you say, that's like what I used to do in weightlifting. That's more.
You're building strength then, but not size.
Exactly. There's a difference between strength and hypertrophy.
No, you're right. I fucked that up. Yeah.
For Michael, for you, what the difference is. Hypertrophy is...
Of course. You got to talk to everybody like you're talking to me, dude.
to beef up, to look good, you need to go to work in that hypertrophy range. If you want to be stronger...
What exactly is hypertrophy?
It's like the gaining muscle, basically.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And if you want to gain muscle, then you should be in that range. If you want to be stronger, you're going to be stronger, obviously, if you also do the hypertrophy stuff. But
so 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. At the end, you are absolutely failing. Should you make it through the last set?
Let me give you an example. For
Okay.
example, when I do bench press, you start out basically with just a bar, and you work yourself up in order to warm yourself up, and then you hit the weight which you want to work out with. Then you're warmed up and you're ready to go. Let's make it 220 on a bench press. And
Yeah, that's typical for me. Yeah, go for it.
and you start out
220.
and you start out, you make 10 reps. Next time you make 9 reps, and you can feel maybe you can do a 10th one, and make it a third set, and then the 4th set should get someone who spots you, and then you should go. You should still be in that 8 rep range. And if you don't make the 8th one, just try it. But you should go to the failure there.
Go until you absolutely
Till that bar
cannot
starts
go
coming
anymore.
back down.
Yeah, exactly. But in the first 3 sets, maybe you shouldn't. But the last set of this exercise,
Burn
go
it
to
the fuck out.
Why is it so important to go to absolute failure?
You're going to get the most results that way.
Yeah, but why?
Well, there are many systems and bodybuilders. Many say, well, some work with 15 to 20 rep range. Some say there used to be this guy, Dorian Yates. He used to be very intensive, and he had the most impressive physique as a bodybuilder ever. And he didn't do many sets. He warmed up, and he did 2 sets, and went to extreme failure, where he could only do the negative part of the movement, not the positive. And help someone to do the positive and only do the negative, because you have more...
You mean like a curl or something? He could only go down.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ,
and
dude.
help someone for the positive, because you have more strength actually in negative. And he went to extreme failure, and he did this and went to become one of the best ever to do it.
Crazy.
Actually, one part which many people forget is the negative part of the movement is basically like 70% of the rep. You gain more muscles by the negative movement.
Like on bench press, controlling the weight going down.
Exactly.
Instead of
It's
letting it
more
just drop.
important than the one up going up. You lose 70% of what you can gain, actually, if you just drop it and don't really lead it down and push it back up.
Wow, that's a golden nugget for people. People don't know that.
It is a golden nugget, but
tell
that's
you
what I
as
mean.
somebody
Like,
who doesn't
I think
know
that's
it.
why singers would make good weightlifters, because it's about form, and it's about like you said, like, what do you say, dedication, or what do you say? You just like consistently striving for like it being correct. You know, putting the form ahead of like how much weight is on the bar. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of people, they put a bunch of weight on, they bounce the weight off their chest or something like that. But you know, like, you can't cheat in singing, just like you can't cheat in weightlifting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're not doing it,
Not if you want good results.
Not if you want good
People
results.
cheat all the time, but they don't get good results in singing.
yeah, I mean,
And I'd imagine it's the same. We got one more beer. Do we want to do that first?
yeah, crack it open, Mike. I got a game for you.
So, we've got 3 people here, 3 singers here who are all about the vocal health and gingers. So I've got this Stone's Refreshingly Feisty Ginger Joe, alcoholic ginger beer, baby.
It's a nice mustache right there.
Yeah, how about that?
Let me see that. Jesus.
Let me read
Ginger
this to you.
Joe, it's a ginger mustache. And it's flaming.
The gingerable brew in
Okay.
your thirsty mitt is inspired by Ginger Joseph Stone, mustachioed London greengrocer and illustrious founder of the noble house of Stone. Legend says Joe was fanatical about the tantalizing taste of the ginger root, and that his first dip in the ginger... That's how it's written. Dip in the ginger, circa 1740, produced a tipple, whatever the fuck that is. That literally singed the tips of his stash. Oh my god.
Literally singed.
That's what it says. Literally singed the tips of
It
his stash.
burned his mustache.
An image now immortalized on this very
Oh, so
bottle
that's why they got the flames
of
on there.
feisty, thirst-quenching Ginger Joe.
Tipple?
Fucking right. That produced a tipple. Whatever the fuck.
How do you spell tipple?
Tipple.
Tipple meaning?
Tipple. Give me some glasses here.
An alcoholic drink. Her favorite tipple. She drank several glasses of sherry, her favorite tipple. I guess a tipple is like your favorite alcoholic drink.
I'm normally her favorite.
Mike,
tipple.
what's your tipple? Beer? Is that your tipple? My tipple's whiskey.
My tipple's beer, of course. Give me yours. Give me your.
Jesus, man, you guys are fast.
Why? Yeah, honestly, why aren't you keeping up, dude? Doesn't like you.
Because I'm engaged in the conveation.
That's always a
tipple
mistake.
sounds like a sex move, you know?
Definitely, dude.
I gave her the tipple and got
Just
the fuck
give her
out of there. All right, Mike, look, I prepared something for you, okay?
Oh, great.
Mike, I'm going to read some things. You tell me if it's a real lift or not.
Is this?
Stop confusing the glasses.
Yeah. I got 2 rounds. I got 2 rounds for you. Okay, ready?
I fucked up the glasses again.
Okay, Mike, ready?
Wait. Let's taste this tipple.
All right.
This smells like ginger.
Oh, we cheers? Oh, yeah, this is a special one. Hold on. Oh, that's fucking fantastic.
Oh my god.
Sweet. Why is it sweet? Is it a beer?
It's like ginger ale. It's 4%
it's like ginger
beer.
ale beer.
It's 4% alcohol.
ginger ale beer.
It's ginger beer.
I would
It's
do that
ginger
right
beer.
before singing. Fucking Alasa high like a motherfucker.
Oh man, that's really
It's like
good.
a soda.
Yeah, it tastes like soda. This would sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Yes,
this
you
this
could
would
drink
get you
these a
sloppy
lot.
drunk in a hurry.
Absolutely.
I'd be out on the dance floor sweating on everybody. I get so sweaty when I dance, dude. All right.
I don't dance.
Okay.
I don't
I saw it at the
exert
bar,
myself.
Michael.
I don't exert myself physically
Well,
unless
hold
I
on.
absolutely have to.
What was it? Vanilla Ice? What was it? What did you
Ice
guys
Ice
do?
Baby or what?
Ice Ice Baby.
No. Oh. Well, first off, Ice Ice Baby, they played during a premiere premiere party here. That I fucking went on, and then I think they played Superstitious.
So it's got to be the right jam. Yeah, Mike's
Yeah.
a fucking closet fan of Superstitious.
What,
Dude, I'm not a
Superstitious is a
closet-
great song.
Yeah, it is, but every time Mike's drunk, he starts doing exactly this.
He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
The
should
fucking
do.
best, dude.
Yeah.
So
All right, let
you
me-
need the right jam. man.
No, I need the right jam, and the other thing is,
You can't get Mike to dance.
no,
You
I
can't
just
fucking do it.
discovered this the other day. Why?
But he'll dance
why
on
I don't-
stage. He'll dance on stage. He'll do choreographed dances.
I'm a dancing motherfucker. I'm
Yeah.
actually not bad at it either. But
Soft toe McGee.
there's a whole psychology to this that Dodo and I actually just figured out the other day.
Okay, what's that?
As to why. I don't know if I should.
Yeah, don't get weird, man.
No. It's like
Don't get weird.
whenever you no, it's not getting weird. It's just very personal. When I say
It's up to you, man.
when I am on the dance floor,
Yeah.
there are people who are perfectly okay with being very, very close physically
Okay.
to other people that they have no emotional connection to.
Oh, and that
right?
freaks you out.
It doesn't freak me out. I like when a girl is grinding up on my dong-along,
Yeah.
it's like
When did that happen the last time?
I see.
dude, you grow up in America. That's during those dances, that's what was happening.
Yeah, but
everybody was just
I
learning
also,
how to grind.
My
dude.
my experience is, my feeling is that in America, I always had the feeling like if you're gonna dance, you have to dance well. And I feel like
And that's the other thing.
I feel like that's not a stigma in Germany. That in Germany, it's okay just to move and be engaged, but you don't
Well,
necessarily have to
that's-
be
okay,
good
Well,
at
it depends
dancing.
on where you go. I
That's
was kind
true.
of intimidated by the
musical dances.
musical premiere because they were all musical dances.
Oh, I like
We
that
just
at the
did
party.
Kiss Me Kate together, people. Kiss Me Kate.
Kiss
Yeah.
Me Kate, yeah. And I was dancing. I was like, I kind of feel awkward right now.
Yeah, of course. Because they're really good.
Yeah,
they're really good at
and
it.
they judge you from
push
the
your
side.
mic up a little bit.
Yes.
You're-
Who's that huge robot dancing? This is sinking on you here.
Who's that mountain of meat moving
Yeah.
over? Moving mountain of meat. And that was the other thing, though. I actually can move really well to music,
Yeah.
but it's not any dance move that anybody's ever seen before.
Yeah.
It's perfectly with the music. I like it.
Yeah.
It's what's coming out of me,
Yeah.
but it looks fucking ridiculous to most people, and I don't care.
Mike's got some of the best dances I've ever seen.
I got one called the Peg that
Is that
actually
the Peaches?
No. That's a different one.
Oh, okay.
I have that video. We should post it sometime. That's a good
Peaches
one.
is a good dance.
The Millions of Peaches. But no, this one does internal damage to my organs. Like I do it. The Peg, it's called. Anybody who went to Seneca and saw me
But
do
it's
this
different
once-
than Millions of Peaches.
Yes.
Okay. I had to have seen the Peg at some point.
It hurts so bad that all of my intercostals just burst into flames at one time.
Mike will do a lot of shit. Like the goat also ruins your voice, and the Peg will ruin your body.
Did we ever tell people what that is?
No. Yeah, we did on the Halloween episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got one. I invented one dance, the no arms dance. That's my dance. Anyway, okay, Mike, it's time to play 2 rounds of this.
Okay,
all right? I got
2
2 rounds for you. First, I'm gonna read.
Tell me the rules again.
You tell me if this is a real lift or not. Right? Like the bench press is a lift.
Okay.
Right?
Let me.
Okay.
Okay, give it to me.
Front squats. Front squats.
Wait a minute. I thought. Okay.
Front squats.
I thought you were going to give me 2 and I was going to pick between them.
No. This is that a lift? Are front squats a lift?
No, squats are a lift, but front squats sound made up to me.
Front squats are definitely a lift.
Fuck. What's the difference between a squat and a front squat?
Is the bar behind your head or is it on your chest?
But what? Okay, so this is a learning opportunity for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, not
It's
you
the
guys,
same
but
motion. It's the same motion.
Yeah, but okay,
you can't ask
so-
a question about all these. It's going to take too long, okay? You can't ask a question
we
about all
have
these.
time, dude.
No, we don't.
No, we do not have time.
All right. Front squat, wrong. Okay.
Fuck.
Reverse leg press.
What? Where you're on your stomach?
Reverse leg press.
Where you're on your stomach?
I'm
A
asking
leg
you.
press is-
I'm asking you.
No.
No. Okay. Yes, that's not a lift.
Okay, good. So I'm 1 and 1.
Inverted dips.
Can't remember what a dip is.
Inverted dips.
No, I'm gonna say no again.
Yes, it's not. Dips are where you go like this.
Oh yeah.
So
you can't
inverted
do an
dips, you'd be
That's a pull-up.
down.
An inverted dip is a pull-up.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay. So I'm 2 for 1.
Oh, here's an easy
2
one.
and 1.
Snatch.
A snatch is a real one.
Yeah,
3 and
yeah.
1.
Preacher curl.
It sounds so ridiculous that I'm gonna say it's a real one.
Yes.
Yeah. 4-1.
Hammer squats.
Hammer squat. Oh, what? Yeah. That one's on the edge. I'll say yes.
No.
Fuck. 4-2.
Good morning.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Is good morning a lift?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So 5-2.
Leg crunches.
No.
No, that's good.
No, that's a squat.
No.
A leg crunch is basically a squat,
No,
right?
crunches are just abs. You can't.
Right, I know, but
Okay.
if you're gonna do it, so 6 and 2, that's not so bad.
Not so bad. All right, round
Is that-
two. Round two.
Round 2.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Mike, is it a muscle?
6 and 2. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Was that 6 wrong and 2 right? Or
Yes.
What?
No, 6 right and 2 wrong.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, Mike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 for you here.
Okay.
Is it a muscle? Trapezius.
No.
Yes.
Trapezius.
That's this one right here.
Traps.
These are your
Oh,
traps.
traps.
Yeah, trapezius.
Okay. Damn it. I thought I would do better on this. I actually have some.
No, okay.
I
Trapezius. Wrong. Rhomboid.
No, that's a shape, you fucking idiot.
Yes, that's a back muscle. You're rhomboid.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's a
I'm
muscle in
thinking
your
of
back.
a rhombus.
No.
A rhombus is
yeah,
a
rhombus
shape.
is a shape. Rhomboid.
Damn it. I'm gonna go down in flames. 6 and 4 now. Shit.
Anus vulgaris. Anus vulgaris.
No.
No, that's not. I made that up.
7 and 4. 7 and 4.
Palmaris longus.
No.
Yes, it's in your wrist.
Did you know that one or did you look? it up?
Yeah, because I got tiny wrists. So I'm always doing these wrist curls. I'm trying to get that palmaris
Did you know
longus.
that? Did you?
I didn't know that.
Oh, really? The
I
palmaris
got
longus.
problems with the English language
7
also.
5.
Yeah, that's right.
But this isn't English. This is Latin,
But
baby.
you need to say it in English.
Well, I'm saying with an English
Yeah,
accent, yeah.
trapezius.
I'm not saying like palmaris longus. Okay, ready?
Palmaris
Rectus
longus.
abdominis. Rectus abdominis.
That's a movement in the Requiem Mass. I'll say no.
Yes.
What? It is?
Yeah, rectus means like erect, straight, and abdominis. Abdominis.
Did you know that one?
No.
God damn it.
Tenoidal chasm. Tenoidal chasm.
I think you're going. Yeah, I'll say yes.
No.
Fuck!
I made that up.
I think I'm at 7-7 now.
I only made up 2 of those. I made up anus vulgaris and tenoidal chasm, but the
There
rest.
are 2 left. There are 2
No,
left.
no, that's all of them. That's all
Anus
of them.
vulgaris is my favorite.
Anus vulgaris. I had a snicker.
Well, I think I might have ended up. We're gonna have to go back and check the score. I think I ended up more right than wrong.
You did better than I thought you would, especially on the lifts.
Man,
You got it.
I got the lifts better than I did the fucking muscles with my anus vulgaris.
Dude, what are we hitting today? We're doing anus vulgaris, man. You're gonna be sore as fuck tomorrow.
This beer,
That was good.
I would not even notice I was drinking beer. That was tasty as shit.
I got a couple things to say. 1, this beer's fucking delicious, and 2, that shirt's on another level than ours, man.
It's way different. I'm getting ours printed tomorrow.
Mike and I are gonna be launching the merch store. I'd say in the next couple weeks. We're gonna get it done.
I'm gonna go ahead and announce what we've got.
Yeah.
All right. We've got the shirts, which Georg, we're gonna take a picture and show you the old printing of the shirts compared to the new printing. You'll see how fucking brilliant it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's number 1. We got hats, people, and we got fucking good quality hats coming in.
I got to jump in here. Mike and I, we haven't been fucking pussyfooting around with this shit. How long have we been working on this? Months?
We've been working. Well, we thought we had it for a long time.
No, we went through so many fucking providers, and it was just shit all the time. But we got fantastic looking hats, like real good quality shit. The shirts are fucking great.
The shirts are great. We're gonna have
posters.
Yeah. And everybody's been fucking talking about stickers. Stickers have been the fucking thing, and we haven't gotten it done yet.
We'll get you some stickers. That's easy.
So, we also have one more person to announce. Hold on, I gotta find him. So,
Ginger Joe,
we had somebody come in and make a great donation to us.
A very charitable donation, yeah.
Mr. Varka is his name, Varka. Man, that guy came in and swept us off our dainty little feet.
Yeah, man, we've been emailing back and forth with you, but thank you so much.
Varka's the man.
He made a very charitable donation, and that money's gonna directly improve everything about the podcast. So
already has. We know
already has. I mean, a lot of the stuff we're doing is thanks to him and our other sponsors. But if you believe in what we're doing and you want to help, I mean, that's a great way to do it. And thanks to him and to everybody else. We joke about it a lot, but really, if you enjoy what we do and you believe in what we're doing with the podcast, the guests we bring on, but also the live events and the other stuff we do, then think about going to our Patreon page and supporting us.
Or a one-time donation on Buy Us a Coffee.
Yeah, you can go to coffee. Just go to sexdrugsandopera.com, go to donation, and you can find your way. But really think about it, because it directly impacts us, and it helps us all to do this, because this is an expensive thing.
Do you believe in what we do, Georg?
Do
you believe in us?
Obviously, yeah.
All right, I think we're good
Georg,
for today.
come
Anything
on,
else?
flex and show us you bursting out of this shirt. Fucking see if you can tear it open like it. Have you ever gone as Hulk for Halloween, dude?
No, that's like a big no-no.
Why?
There's a couple things you don't do if you're big.
Are you serious? Jesus
You
Christ.
don't do the Hulk. You don't do the Gladiator.
You don't.
You don't do Aladdin.
Aladdin wasn't. But
oh, we could do Aladdin. You could be Abu. That would be a solid.
Oh my God.
A solid costume. Now, Georg, really, thanks so much for coming on today. It was super interesting. I actually had a great time talking about that stuff. If anyone out there's listening's got any questions or you want to write in,
by the way,
we can relay.
Go check out. What do you have
plug
any places
it up.
to plug?
Plug it up, buddy.
Yeah, I wanted to say, if someone's got questions, you can just ask me about like lifting and how to combine that with singing.
Well, where can they
got a website?
Where can they contact you?
Yeah, I got a website. For example, it's georgfestl.de, or you can hit it up on Instagram. It's Georg Festl. It's Georg
and
Festl.
Yeah, sorry. The easiest way to find that is go to our website, go into the guest section. You'll see a picture of him. Click it, and it'll go to his website. And I'll put an Instagram link on there, too, for you.
Yeah, we'll link that shit up.
Just go to our website, guest section, and you'll find him easily. Give him a follow. If you got a question, then do it up. Well, you want Mike's. I think Mike's throwing down a challenge. You want to arm wrestle?
Jared told me that I'm supposed to. He said, "No, look, Mike, we don't want to embarrass Georg, but
God, okay.
if you're going to arm wrestle him, then we might have to arm.
Is
there
going to be like video?
Are we doing
this
this live or what? No. Let's sign off, and then you guys can see this shit live, or you can see it in a video.
All right,
right?
Yeah, I guess so. All right, so everybody, thanks so much, Georg. Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in 2 weeks.